So I'm here today with Carly and Samantha, who've just finished the dissertation probably a month or so ago now, and you were doing dissertations in tourism. So thanks a million for coming and talking to us to help other students. And maybe at the beginning you might just tell me a little bit about how did you find doing the dissertation? Did you enjoy it? What was the hardest bit? What do you think?
It was a mix of emotions, like you'd have bad days and you'd have good days, and it's like, it's not so much about yours, it's about how everyone else is getting on that makes you feel the way you feel, do you know that way? Like you probably think you're fine with yours, and then hear other people saying, well, this bit is running so much, and then you're thinking to yourself, God, I'm not really in the position that I thought I was and stuff. So it's not so much about your own work that gets you into emotions, you know that way? It's kind of like
comparing
what's going on
others
around you, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But it's hard, like, there's some days where you feel like you just want to give up.
And what was the hardest bit, did you think?
Just trying to relate the whole thing together, do you know, so it makes sense, like, to make your findings relate to your analysis. And it was kind of like, when you did them separately, it was kind of like they were on their own, do you know what I mean? So you had to try and bring it all together.
And a lot of people find that the hardest bit, and you know, as markers, because we're marking them at the moment, as markers, that's the biggest complaint markers have, is that students can have research objectives, but then they don't follow them through, so you have to be tying everything back together. And I think the important thing about that is the time, isn't it? That you need to leave yourself enough time to have that, because there's some people then at the end saying, oh, I don't have time now to do it, you know. And how about you, Carly? What did you find the hardest?
I suppose I found the hardest just at the end as well, you know, because I found like all of us from the start we kind of just got into it because we knew that it was a big part of the overall mark, so we just all kind of put our all into it. And then just coming up to the end, as Samantha said, it's just that part where you have to tie it all in together. And I think it's just, you can't let the nerves get the better of you either, you know, that way you need to just kind of keep calm and remember that, you know, you're after doing all the work, so you know, you're after putting the effort in. It's just because when you're so worried that you want to make it kind of a good story then at the end, so you just have to kind of keep the nerves, and you know, you are after doing all the work and just tie it all.
And how about now, you would have all worked quite much as a group, I'd always feel, in you know, in the class, and did that help? In what ways did you help each other out?
Yeah, I think we would have been lost in this year without each other, you know, that way. It's overwhelming, like when you first come in at the start, you're just like, oh God. But then when you have other people feeling the same as you, you know, it helps you along. And yeah, we helped each other the whole way through. I think even though we had different, obviously, topics and stuff, but we still helped each other.
In what way? What sorts of things would you do? Did you read for each other? Each other's chapters?
Well, I remember I needed to get my methods chapter in earlier than the girls, like, you know, so I remember I did mine and I had got feedback before the rest of them, so I know when they were doing their methods chapter, like, a few of them kind of was like, you know, what did your supervisor say about that? It just kind of helped each other like that, you know, they'd kind of read stuff out to me, and then I'd compare it to mine and say, well, I know that my supervisor said that it's better to have that part in there or whatever. So, but we found that with both, like, all four of us, if one of us had something done before the others, we kind of just went by that, you know, and it helped us out.
And with the doing the statistics, like for the SPSS, like, you know, me and Maria did that. Do you just didn't do that? No, and me and Maria, like, we helped each other because we found that real hard. Maria caught on real quick, so she kind of helped me through, you know, that way.
Yeah, so that's work. That's something I think we're going to be advising students for next year, is to try and get even just one person, and even to trade proofreading things, and to, you know, to help. I think it will make a difference. So do you have any tips now for students who are starting out in the very beginning? Do you have any tips for them as they start as to how to make it easier and better?
I think just my main tip would be just to kind of try and stay on top of it, because I know like as a student we know like that it's still kind of, they have to hand it in late at this time, and I know that it's really hard for that person because they didn't get on top of it from the start, you know, they kind of let it build up on them. And I think because we were always doing something, I know, like, say some days we didn't do a lot, like, you know, we had other things to do, assignments and that, but we always made sure we did something on it each day, you know, even if it was just to read a part that the supervisor had said, like, I think you should reword that, even if it was just to do that, just always kind of stay attached.
So just something each day, exactly, not to let it get to the back.
Yeah.
And anything to add then to that, Samantha?
No, just the deadlines, because at the end of it you're thinking, God, like, I didn't fix that part and that part, and like, I was alright with the deadlines, you know, but I was, say, my supervisor didn't mind I maybe a week or two
Yeah.
later, but I found that wasn't too bad. Now enough like that if I had gone any later that would have been like detrimental for me, like so just to try our best. And as I said, like at the start, don't think you can't do it, like, you know, because the very first day I was running out here, you know, that like, and it's just to ease people in maybe, you know, that way, because I think when we
and it is an achievement, I think, at the end, you know. I think it is a hard thing to do, but afterwards it is an achievement to look back and to see that's what I've done.
Definitely.
Yeah, when you get it
worth
like
it.
bound and stuff, it's kind of like, you know, you feel proud of yourself, like obviously, you know, yeah, mum and dad, like I showed me mum and dad, like they didn't know what it was, you know, that way, but she was delighted, and you know, you just feel like proud of yourself then.
Yeah, so it's worth it then, yeah. Okay, well that's brilliant. Thanks very much for sharing that with us.